Okay, guys, so it's finally here. We finally got the 1.6, update patch notes on the Jurassic World Life forms, and it's probably gonna be like every time I'm gonna split this in two videos. One part about the new features, the other part about the battle stuff. Since there's a lot of battle stuff, so we gotta pick these apart. So let's start from the top. Update 1.6 will introduce a significant update to our drones, which is detailed in exploration section. This update will also continue to build on our alliances with alliance missions. And yeah, I've played 1.6 already. It's really, I love the new drone thing. So let's get into this. So Alliance missions. Alliance missions appear under the Alliance tab in the DBG menu, accessible via the DBG button on the top right-hand corner of the screen. So, just same button where you get your daily missions and stuff. There are 2 mission specializations your Alliance can focus on, with 10 total missions available at a time. Exploration missions focus on your Alliance on DNA resources collection goals. Defense missions focuses your Alliance on battle goals. So, 2 different split kind of missions. It's kind of like your daily missions, but you guys do it as an Alliance. So even if you don't do anything and your Alliance just pulls all the muscle and you get the rewards as well. Okay, each time your Alliance completes a mission, every Alliance member can collect the mission reward. Yep. Completed missions show the player ID of their top contributor. So, if you want to kind of show off your collection skills, exploration skills, I don't know, or battle skills, you could go ham on this. Complete all 5 missions in either of the specialization categories to increase your weekly rank and improve the incubator reward each Alliance member can collect at the end of the week. So there are, if you complete them all, you jump to the next rank with better rewards. And I saw the rewards. The rewards are crazy. It's unbelievable. The stuff you can get from the Alliance missions is worth so many epic sand capsules. The rewards are crazy. It's nuts. Your rank will reset each week, and you'll have the opportunity to complete new missions and collect rewards again. Remember to use your Alliance chat to communicate with other members of your Alliance about your goals. Alliance missions. That's what we've been asking for since Alliances came out, or didn't even come out. On Meta Minute, we always talk about Alliance missions, is how they do it in The Walking Dead. Our world, it's they have crazy prizes, and your Alliance has to work together to complete missions and stuff. It's great. This is gonna be one of the biggest updates to 1.6. It's pretty cool. The rewards, oh my goodness, I'm pretty sure I can't tell you guys the rewards, but trust me, you guys will love the rewards. Moving on, let's go to exploration. Increased interaction range on the map. Based on player feedback, we have greatly increased the interaction range on the feedback. Supply drops, treasure boxes, event supply drop, and strike events can now be opened up from under 50 meters away, 200 meters for VIP members. Open them from long range for a proportion of the full reward, or move into close range to collect everything. So, what this is, you guys know how, you could only collect supply drops or, interact with strike towers only if they're in your little tiny range. But now the full range that you could it's the same range as you can catch dinos. So for example, right now on my house I just have a really small range, and sometimes I could touch that that park supply drop and spin some darts and stuff. Now the whole range I could get 3 or 4 more supply drops and stuff, and there's usually a strike tower right under my house, which sometimes I have to get up and go outside. I live in an apartment. I'm on level 5 to go do the strike event, but now I could just do it from my house, and yeah. But when you do spin supply drops and you can also open chests as well. So that's really good as well, and The only drawback to opening them from afar is you don't get like the full rewards. You just get like for example, if you open something like from super far, you get like instead of say your normal 24 darts, you'll get like 11 or so. Just not as much, but you know, at least it's better than not getting them at all ever. So there's that. Migration and world balancing in the previous update started taking into consideration the value of each creature when doing the world balancing, and we are continuing to improve the experience. As usual, welcome your feedback on this subject in the forums. So they did a migration. It's not too big of a migration, you know, unless they changed it from when I last saw it. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of this migration. Just saying, I can't really say any details. They did move some creatures around. I think it's for the worse, personally, but you know, that's just my opinion. It might be because I'm biased or whatever, but you know, not a huge fan. Anyways, moving on. Strike events, updated look. Strike towers now have different visual designs to better communicate their difficulty and reward TBG members. Viewing them at a distance, press the I button in the flyby to get more info on the event's difficulty level and pick your battles accordingly. So, strike events, they look different now, but the big part of these strike event updates, at least according to what Ludia told me, is that they finally fixed the problem where dinos get stuck in strike events. So, from what they've told me, if I'm reading this correctly, is that they now you can, when there's a creature stuck or that spawned inside a strike tower, it prioritizes that dino instead. So when you click it, you click the dino first. So even like if the Miasaurus spawns in there, you'll have to dart that Miasaurus first. But at least you're not missing out on any dinos. So, you know, so that's great. That's a really, really good improvement there. Okay, moving on. Let's get to the creatures, the new dinos. So, 4 new non-hybrids. Scolosaurus, Scaphognathus, Miasaurua, and Pachycephalosaurus. So, I think all 4 of these were all data mined, like months ago. These were like 4 or 5 months ago data mined. So, you guys probably should follow us on our website MetaHub to get all these information 4 months ago, 4 months before. So let's go over them. Scolosaurus is a common, and Ankylosaurid is a balanced tank, has less HP. Ankylosaurs don't have that much HP to begin with. And then a typical Ankylosaurid in exchange, they have decent armor and access to swap in defense, and a rampage special ability as vulnerability strike. Creature's usage is pretty straightforward. Make the opponent creature vulnerable, then smack it with 2 times 1.5, 3 times damage. So it's just a Anky with less HP, more armor. I don't know what that means, less HP. This thing doesn't have too much HP to begin with. And then vulnerability strike, swap in defense, and then rampage. So pretty straightforward. Moving on to the new FLIER, Scaphognathus, something like that. It's a rare tiny pterosaur. They're speedy but low health. Moving on, has access to great mobility thanks to its swap and wound and swoop. Regeneration likes to stay alive while your DOT does work. You can also free yourself from any pesky pinning effects that would prevent you from swooping away, and use Pitying Strike to let the opponent take more damage over time in order to set up your swoop. So it's another low HP like wounding dino. Personally, I don't think these dinos work too well. Low HP bleeding dinos, not a huge fan. So yeah, that's that, I guess. Moving on to Miasaurua. I'm a huge fan of Miasaurua, actually. I've been using Miasaurua a lot in the test build. It's really nice. Famously discovered by paleontologist Jack Horner. That's the Jurassic World or Jurassic Park paleontologist. I think the Miasaurua makes an appearance in Jurassic World Alive. This epic, resilient hadrosaur has great mobility thanks to swap and stun and impact and run. Stays ahead of the speed race with Superiority Strike facing a slower creature with instant abilities, or you're slowed down by the opponent. The Miasaurua can get around these problems thanks to Instant Rampage. That's a new move. You could instantly use Rampage. It's like Instant Charge, but Rampage. And doesn't stun, obviously. So we'll go over all the moves in the next video, but we're just going over these creatures first over here. Pachycephalosaurus, the resilient, epic, thick-skulled lizard from Wyoming, dives headfirst into the fray. The stubborn Pachycephalosaurus can withstand punishment thanks to its ever-available Shielding Strike. It has great mobility thanks to its swap and stun and rampage and run. It relies on decelerating impact to keep up the speed advantage after coming in with a stunning entrance. This one's decent as well. Shielding Strike, swap and stun, rampage and run. Pretty straightforward. Decel impact. Although I probably would say Patchy's a bit better, or not Patchy, Stiggy's a bit better. But they're pretty close. So moving on to the hybrids that we've seen before, the 3 of the 4 hybrids below feature predominantly damage over time abilities in order to pressure the opponent. Creatures to either manually swap to something else, use that ability that does it for them, cleanse the bleed off, or suffer the consequences. Okay, so 3 of these are bleed, 1's Edmontoguanodon, and then 2 are, nullifiers, I think? Yeah. So, Darwezopteryx. This one's the legendary flyer. Though Pterovexus, okay. Creature joins forces together. Darwezopteryx and Pachycephalosaurus are merged into a fierce long-term goal, easy accessible ingredient, legendary hybrid. Huh? Long-term goal, easy accessible ingredient? Long-term goal, easy accessible ingredient. I don't think they know what easily accessible means when they put Darwezopteryx in there, my friend. And Pachycephalosaurus, which is also a park spawn. Easily accessible ingredient. Darwezopteryx. Pachycephalosaurus. Okay, Ludia. Legendary hybrid with higher than average speed and HP. Darwezopteryx has Darwezopteryx has mobility, swoop, swap and rune, defense, instant invincibility, the offense, defense shattering impact. For some reason, it can gain the upper hand in the speed race and remove any distraction penalty thanks to superiority. So this thing's moves are Superiority Strike, instant invincibility, defense shattering impact, swoop, and swap and wound. Personally, not a fan. High speed, okay, HP. I don't know. Defense shattering impact just seems out of place. Instant invincibility could be good in theory, but you have swoop instead of lethal wound or whatever. If it had lethal wound plus instant invincibility, that would be really good. But it's instant invincibility and swoop. I'm not a huge fan of swoop, especially if you're super fast. You're swooping, the damage doesn't kick in until the end of the turn. So the next dino that you're swapping into is gonna take a punishment. Not a huge fan of fast swoopers. Okay, moving on. Edmontoguanodon. This one I like. What's better than Iguanodon? One fused with more Hadrosaur DNA. This resilient epic hybrid has the damage, HP, and the speed that you're used to with Hadrosaurs. As usual, Superiority Strike lets you stay ahead of the speed race. Okay, that's kind of deceptive. Damage, HP, and speed that you're used to with Hadrosaurs. If people don't really know Hadrosaurs, they think, oh, good damage, good HP, and good speed. No, not really. It's just good HP, below average damage, and below average speed. So there's that. As usual, Superiority Strike lets you stay ahead of the speed race, and Edmontoguanodon combines stun, swap and stun, greater summoning rampage with null impact, and Edmontoguanodon can use its priority, regenerate, and run in order to cleanse and heal of half its hefty health pool before swapping into the next creature. This is why I love this dino. Regenerate and run, it regenerates half your HP. Its priority regenerates half your HP and swaps. On a Hadrosaur, which has a ton of HP, it works so well with this dino. Also, swap and stun, that's a good move. Greater Stunning Rampage, one of the best moves in the game. Null Impact, that's okay, and, obvious Security Strike is a really good move. I love this guy's kit, and especially when you see what the meta is going to be, this one's going to work really good here. Okay, let's move on. Pterovexus, whatever, Vex your opponents with this fierce, unique Pterosaur super hybrid. Monomimus DNA fused with that of Darwezopteryx creates an immune and mobile Pterosaur thanks to its swap and wound and swoop. This balanced Pterosaur has accurate offense thanks to nullifying impact as well as survivability thanks to distracting impact. Pterovexus completes its ability set with an always available pinning strike in order to set up some guaranteed damage over time turns. This one's the Monomimus unique hybrid, so it's immune, which is nice. It's fast, that's obvious. Swap and wound, not a huge fan, especially, never mind, I was about to say something that wasn't written here, but, swap and wound, swoop, not a huge fan. It doesn't have evasive stance. Distracting impact, null impact, that's fine, good moves. Pinning strike, that's fine as well. The moveset just doesn't work too well together. You guys will have to see the stats to, decide further about this one. Moving on, Stygidaryx, this fierce, unique, super hybrid combines DNA of Stygigen 2 and Darwezopteryx. With balanced attributes, highly mobile, Stygidaryx boasts a high speed that rivals the Indoraptors, 128. Withstand the opposition thanks to your swap and invincibility and instant invincibility. Swap and invincibility, really good move. Instant invincibility is instant invincibility. Remain mobile and overwhelm your opponent's health over time thanks to lethal swoop. Did you just withstand the opponent's attack thanks to well-timed swap and invincibility? And you're now bound for 2 turns? Well, you could get out of this sticky situation the first turn by using Cleanse and Swoop. This is so strong. Cleanse and Swoop has no delay, so you come in, swap and invincibility, you're bound for 2 turns, but you can Cleanse and Swoop. You could cleanse your bound and whatever else happens to you, and then just swoop out and do damage over time. This is so good. This is absolutely this guy's really good. Last but not least, use Security Strike lets Stygidaryx gain the speed advantage for 1 crucial turn, potentially setting up a daring exit using one of its swoops. So but before we move on, let's just look at the new moves real fast. Here, regenerate and run, priority, cleanse health, heal 50% HP, swap to the next creature, delay 1, cooldown 2. Instant rampage, attack time 2, priority, cooldown 2. Where is it? Lethal swoop. DOT, it's just lethal wound, but you swoop as well. With a 1 turn delay. Cleanse and swoop is, damn, 0.25% of max HP for 2 turns, and auto swoop, and you could use it on turn 1, and that cleanses bound. It's really broken. Nullification hybrids. We're planning to develop a few nullification-centric hybrids, which type of creatures should be used as nullification creatures based on player feedback. The results were in 2 camps, either fast or tanky. In both cases, having access to swap and nullification seemed quite important. This prompted us to carefully pick abilities for the following 2 hybrids. Procerathomimus. This battle-exclusive Procerathosaurus is mixed with Ornithomimus DNA in order to create a cunning epic hybrid. Its high damage and extreme speed combination still manages to maintain a decent health pool. The new swap and nullification lets you remove the opponent's positive effects and those pesky cloaks. On the turn, Procerathomimus comes in. Do it on demand thanks to the always available nullifying strike. Get a chance to avoid the brute of the offense. Thanks to evasive stance. Stop it off. Procerathomimus has access to distracting rampage and instant distraction. With this powerful combination, you can reduce your opponent's damage to 0 or 10% if they're under a ferocity effect. For 1 crucial turn, last but not least, Procerathomimus is immune to any negative effects that your opponent might throw at you. So as immune, as a distracting rampage, which by the way has been nerfed, it's a 1 turn delay now. Instant distraction, What else? Null Strike, obviously, and I think it was Slowing Impact, if it's somewhere here. No, wait. Evasive Stance. So, like, either you could turn 1, use Evasive, or you could just instant distraction and then stall for turn 2, the distracting Rampage. And then, you know, this guy is... Oh, this is gonna be so good. Procerathomimus is gonna be so good. I can't wait to use this thing. Well, I already used it, but, you know, in the live version. Last one, Skoolasaurus, Smiley Face Skoolasaurus teams up with Scolosaurus to create a legendary hybrid as Nullification-centered creature. It always has access to Null Strike. It tops off the ability with a set with Swap and Nullification, Rampage, Slowing Impact, and Long Protection. Bulky Skolosaurus retains some of its Skolosaurus, whatever. Skolosaurus's parents' armor while having higher speed than the Skolosaurus next to its Skolosaurus ancestry. Okay, jeez, these names. Yeah, this one's, you know, your standard, decently fast, okay-ish HP, some armor. It's like a tank that nulls Kentro, but also does, you know, decent damage with Rampage, you know, Slowing Impact, all that stuff. So, yep, that's Skolosaurus, and just from the looks of it, I still think Ankendro is a bit better, just because it probably does more damage. Ankendro still, even with the Rampage, Ankendro still has a 0.5 counter, don't forget, and, you know, it tanks better, so, I don't know, and it has null as well, so there's that, and it's not too slow. Okay, so, that's it for the new dinos. Let's just look at some settings here. Support for iPad Pro Gen 3 now supports traditional Chinese. That's cool. New visual feedback when a battle ends due to server timeout. Battle bug fixes, damage previews fix. That's cool. Cloak. Yeah, shield advantage bypasses armor. Great. We are still working on speed marker bugs. Okay, so we're gonna still, you know, that's still a problem. Issues with scent capsules. When activated, visual feedback is available and therefore appears to be not working. That's fixed as well. That's cool. After player feedback, we have revised daily mission requirements and associated rewards. The goal of this change is that a player must spend roughly 2 sessions of 10 to 30 minutes, depending on skill and location, in order to accomplish all missions when they're at their top difficulty. The maximum possible values for number of open supply drops, open incubators, direct hits, and darts have... dart shot have been greatly reduced. Thank goodness. Open incubators. Like, 15 a day. I can't do it. DNA rewards have been adjusted. Daily mission bonus. Epic DNA reward now is Tyrannosaurus Rex. So that's good. Improved tutorial. New tips on the drone loading screen for more successful flight. Clear tips for creature targeting during drone minigame and guidance arrows towards the creature. Bounce back towards the creature for drones that flown out of range. These are all good stuff. And much more. So, that's going to be it for this video. Really exciting stuff. Increased drone range, interaction range at least. 4 new dinos, 6 new hybrids, you know, alliance missions, fix the strike tower, so that's all good stuff. So, yeah, can't wait for the update. I'm going to go over the battle stuff in a bit, so I'm just going to leave you guys here, and you know, don't forget to tune into the next part of the review of this patch notes, where we talk about all the battle changes and stuff. So anyways, that's it for this one. Like if you did enjoy this, if you're hyped for 1.6, subscribe if you guys are new, and I'll see you guys in part 2 of the 1.6 patch notes.